Right now, the most often question I get is how is the market in the Washington, D.C. metro area, and by how much the prices have gone down. Before I get into the Washington, D.C. metro area, let's zoom out a bit and see what the situation is in the U.S. in general. Which areas have seen the most drop? According to the Census Bureau, home sales are almost down 18% since January 22 nationally. However, and stop me if you heard me say this before a gazillion times, real estate is hyperlocal. So some markets cooled off by a lot more and others by a lot less. As you can see in the top 10 markets, most of them are in the West. The only one East Coast market is in Sarasota, Florida area. The number of properties that have a price cut almost doubled nationally from 16% last year to 26% this year. What about Washington, D.C. metro? How are we faring? Well, to start off, we're not in the top 10 list of markets that are cooling off fast, but we're definitely seeing a deceleration, if not an outright cooling down. Most areas still have a monthly, albeit very slow increase of median home price. Only a few markets in Northern Virginia have seen a drop, but even that drop is due not to the actual price drop, but to the fact that more condos sold than single family houses, and condos obviously tend to be cheaper. But what has changed, just like for the rest of the country, is demand, which we typically measure in showings and which is down by 36.3% from a year ago. What also changed is the closed sales, and they are down by 30.9%. And our inventory is also increasing, but at a much slower pace than nationally. Another paradox is that new listings are down by 20.4%. So what all these numbers mean? To me, they mean that the buyers that are still in the market have much more choice than they had in the last 2 years. They not only have much more choice in terms of inventory, but also have more bargaining power. But the numbers are also telling us that the sellers who don't have to sell also choose to wait and see where the market is going and if there is a little bit more clarity.